Good morning. Ooh. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Day 4. We are almost there. We are almost there, y'all. Be very careful. Y'all come on in. Come on in. What's up, Ginger? Hey, Salma. Hey, Adorn Creations and Meek. Monkey Talk, Magnifying. Good morning. Come on in. Good morning. Let's talk this morning, y'all. Y'all, can you believe we are on day 4? Like, we have made it to day 4 of this shift challenge. And y'all know what to do as you come in. Let me know where you are from. Drop in. Hey, Drea. Drop in and let me know where you are from, where you were watching from. Come on into this morning's topic. We are on the F in shift, and it is a foundation before formation. Are you forming your foundation before your formation? Y'all come on in. And don't forget to share this live out. Share this live out with everybody sharing. It's definitely Karen. Oh man, I meant to turn the Wi-Fi on for Instagram. I know it is gonna go crazy. On Instagram, y'all let me know if what's up, Richmond, Virginia? Y'all let me know if I'm freezing or y'all can't see me or y'all can't hear me. Cause I forgot to turn the Wi-Fi on and it gets crazy over here with Instagram. Good morning, Byron. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Y'all come on in. Drop in. Share the live. Ooh, audio is good. Okay. So y'all just let me know over here on Instagram if I start glitching and doing something funny. Cause y'all know how I feel about the IG app. I'll be like, it's counting its days. Hey, Leia, good morning. This is why I can't walk in the morning this week because I'm running this challenge. So I'll be ready to walk next week, though. Next week. All right, y'all. So let's get into this. What's up, TikTok? How is my family doing over here on TikTok? Yesterday, we got up to 21 team members. So I'm excited about that. Over here on Facebook and YouTube. Drop where you are coming from when y'all come in. All right, y'all, let's get into this. So we are on team of the Shift Challenge. For those of you who might be new to the challenge and you are just joining in, we have been doing the Shift Challenge, and there is an acronym for SHIFT. And the purpose of the Shift Challenge is to help you to transition from who you are to who you are becoming. A lot of times we think that we could just go from A to B easily or A to Z easily, and we try to skip all of the letters in between, and we wonder why it's hard for us to make a transition. We wonder why it's hard for us to do different things. Baltimore, Maryland in the house. We wonder why, what is the tug and what is the pull and what we are doing. And so in order for us to get from one place to another place, there is a shift happening. And the reason why I love to use the word shift, because the shift is when we shift, it's not like a hop. It's not like we skip a bunch of steps and then we get to a place. When we shift, it's like different movements to get to a particular place. So if you think about a car, right? For those of you who know how to drive a straight drive or a stick shift, I think that is becoming a lost art these days. Like I even said I got to teach my kids how to drive a stick shift. But when you go a stick shift, you can't go from gear 1 to gear 5 or 6. 4, 5, or 6, whatever. Yay, number 22 joining the team this morning. Good morning. Hey, Mr. Traveling. How are you? And so you can't go from that to that, or you will tear the transmission up. And so even in an automatic vehicle, the car has to shift between different gears before it can get to its top speed. What's up, South Carolina? Hey, Zakaria. And so that's how it is when we are transforming, when we are becoming the person who God created us to be, when we are shifting from who we currently are or who we were into a new version of ourselves. And so what happens is there are different gears that we have to go through. There are different movements that has to happen. There are different things that we have to experience. And so if we understand that we shift before we transform, or the journey of transforming or the journey of becoming is a shifting, it'll help you, because remember we talked about reframing your mind. It'll help you reframe your mind. So the S was sanction. You had to give yourself permission first. The H was healing. That was a big one. Like that was the top live, was the healing one. I is identification, and F, which we are on today, is formation before foundation before formation. Now here's the thing. I want to kind of talk about this in two folds this morning. I want to talk about this on maybe three. On your spiritual side / your individual side / your personal side, and then also on your business side. And what does that look like? So one thing that I see a lot that is happening is that we get an idea, right? Which means we get a vision, which means we see a certain thing, and we want to go from A to Z in 1.3 seconds. Like we want to skip all the steps in between. So it's like, oh, I want to open this business. Yep. I got the vision to is this going to be on any other platform, love? I'm slowly waking up. Yes. It's on YouTube, on my YouTube, on my IG, and also on my Facebook. So it'll probably be easier for you to catch it on my YouTube. And so we gotta I got lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. So you want to open up the business, and then as soon as you open up the business, you want to be making the 6 figures, or you want to be making the 7 figures, or you want to have all of the sales, but you want all of those things without the necessary steps. This is the thing I'm noticing. The second thing that I'm noticing, when you skip the steps, you begin to build your business on a foundation that is pretty darn rocky. And when that foundation is rocky, that means that you don't have enough to sustain when hard times come. You don't have enough to sustain when the storms come. You don't have enough to sustain when the wind blows. Like, it's the reason why you in business one day and the next day you ready to quit. You have not built that thing on a foundation. And the one thing that I am learning is the foundation literally is you. You are the foundation. Before we can get to any other business fundamentals and foundations, you have to understand that you are the foundation. If you want to grow closer to Christ, you got to understand that you're the foundation of that. If you want to be a better person, you got to understand that you are the foundation for that. And so when you are becoming, when you decide to get yourself right, when you decide to do what you need to do, now you are a foundation, and the foundation of you is your mind. We got to understand that. I'm talking better than y'all throwing hearts or whatever. You got to understand that that's your mind. And so when we get into it, how many times, I want y'all to think about how many times, like, for my entrepreneurs, how many times have you like started a business, right? Or you said you were going to start a business, and then all of a sudden things started to get a little shaky. Things didn't pan up to be the way that you thought it would be. And then you were like, I'm out. I'm not doing this. I'm not talking about I'm out where God says, okay, it's time to shut it down. It's time to move on. I'm talking about a decision that you made that you weren't going to move forward. And it could be an entrepreneurship. It could be in anything. Maybe you started school. It could be anything, and you ready to quit. Marriage, because that's hard sometimes, right? And when your marriage isn't built on a strong foundation, you ready to quit it too. So think about that thing, and then think about what were the thoughts that happened, or what made me feel like I wanted to quit. What was the thing that was like, oh, nah, you can't do this? What were the thoughts that you had? I'm sitting here like waiting, thinking like y'all can talk back to me. What were the thoughts that you had? Hold on, y'all. It was missing. If you don't understand what are the necessary things to build that foundation? Everything that you're going to do in life is going to be hard. Every journey is going to be hard. I knew it was going to happen. Knew it was going to happen. Let me see. What the world? Instagram, I don't know what's going on with this. It just jumped on the filter. I'm going to leave it alone. Y'all let me know on Instagram if it gets shaky. All right, so let's break these things down. So let's talk about you first, since we are on this journey of becoming. There's a thing that I like to discuss, and it's called belief systems. Amen. The devil will be defeated this good day morning. Your belief systems. And Christ, well, maybe we all don't know, but Christ is our firm foundation, right? Because we have been talking heavily about I can do all things through Christ who strengthens us, right? Christ is our firm foundation. Christ is our firm foundation. Christ is who we should be rooted in before we do anything, before we do life, before we do marriage, before we have kids, before we do entrepreneurship. Christ should be who we are rooted in before we have anything, because he is the only one who can help sustain us through the hard things. All right. So, but Christ does not come unless we invite him in. Christ does not do what he's able to do unless we allow him to. He's a gentleman. Like, he very well could say, all of y'all going to worship me. All of y'all going to believe in God. All of y'all going to believe in me, period. Snap of the fingers and it's done. But the thing is that you have a choice. You get to decide. And God wants you to choose him because of how you love him. He wants you to choose him because of the relationship. He wants you to choose him because you see that you cannot do life adequately without him. And so when we begin to choose him, when we begin to get in our word, when we begin to spend time with God, we start to build a foundation based in Christ, right? Because we get to God through Christ. We can't just skip and say, God, I'm going right to you. I don't know who a Jesus is and I don't want to believe him. I'm going right to you. God says, no, you got to shift. I need help inviting him in again because I need to get closer. Inviting him in isn't a particular thing you do. It's just being open and honest and saying, God, I need you. Like, God is looking for honest conversations, flawed beauty. He wants you to come broken. He wants you to come confused. He wants you to come to him and say, God, I want to get closer to you, but I don't know what that looks like. He said, just have a conversation with him. Just start off with a conversation, a real, raw, honest conversation with him. All right. So there's a step to that. Right. So you have an encounter, or you're broken, or you fail, or whatever the situation is, but you have an encounter with Christ because you are in a position of need, and Christ has something that will help that need. That's why I say Christ is the ultimate brand. Like, if you really want to know how to really brand your business and how to show up for your community, study Christ's walk. He understood that he was a need. He understood that he was a resource. He was a source. He understood that he was a solution to a problem, that he was relief from pain. And so when we come to him in that manner, he says, I am this, right? The same way how our community is looking for us to provide the solution for them. That's the first step. So now he's asking, do you want it? Do you want it? And I'm like, yes, I want it. Okay. That's another step. I had to give him my yes. I had to say, I believe. We're building a foundation here. Once I do that, then now I have to confess with my mouth and believe in my heart that Jesus Christ is the Son of God and that he died for my sins. He died for me. That's the next step. Once I believe that and I accept that, I now get to God through Christ. Christ is the foundation. And so everything that God has for me, everything that he has given me, I love to call them my superpowers, my power, my dominion, my authority, my gifts, my talents, they all become activated because of the foundation. And so when somebody comes and tries to test my gangster, I won't break because of my foundation. When life comes to life me, I won't break because of my foundation. When you should have been dead and gone, lost in your thoughts, when you should have been deep into depression, when you should have been full of anxiety, Christ was your foundation. And so although we may sway, because you got to be able to sway, you got to be able to bend so you don't snap. You don't break. You're not destroyed. You might be in the eye of the storm and you might recognize, okay, I'm mentally, I'm not together. Emotionally, I'm not together. I can't see it, God. I don't know what's happening, God. Help me figure this thing out, God. Like, I can't see you. What is going on? But you will never break if your foundation was built on Christ. So here's the next step, the next shift, Jeremiah 29:11. Absolutely. Now that I have that foundation, we can go here and we can start dealing with my belief system. In my coaching program, before we get into anything, before we start strategizing, before we start building businesses, before we start creating marketing plans, before we start doing anything, the first thing that we deal with is we deal with clarity and we deal with mindset. Because clarity and mindset is the key. It is the key to whatever that you are going to do in your life. If you are not clear, and being clear is you have a shirt with that on. Did you buy it from me? Hopefully, because I should be the only one. Being clear does not mean I know all the steps. Being clear means I just know I gotta do it. Sometimes that is being clear. Like, I know what God has called me to do in this season. I know I'm supposed to open up the daycare. I know I'm supposed to start the boutique. I know I'm supposed to start teaching. Oh, she's talking about the verse. Oh, I was like, did you buy it from me? Because yes, I do sell these. That's why I asked. Oh Lord, I love TikTok. You got the vision, right? You can see it. But now we have to attack the mindset. Is what I'm believing right now, does that align with what I am seeing? Does it align with what I'm seeing? And so one thing that I have, then the first thing we do is, I'm giving y'all a little insight on my coaching programs. The first thing we do is I said, I need y'all to write every limiting belief that you have. And a limiting belief is something that says no to your yes. I don't have enough time. I don't know enough about it. I'm a mom and my schedule is busy. I'm a wife and I devote a lot of time to that. I take care of my parents and I have to do that. Who's going to buy from me? I don't have what it takes. I don't know how to speak publicly. I'm afraid to show up. I'm not pretty enough. My background is not together. I don't have the right space. I don't have the right house to create content and go live. All of these things are what we call limiting beliefs because they are things that say no to your yes. And y'all know yesterday we talked about once we give our yes, we cannot be like the world and change our yes to a no. But in order to do that, you have to understand what those no's are. And so as I have them write everything down, I'm not enough. I'm not gifted. I don't have enough influence. I don't have enough impact. People aren't going to like me. My teeth are crooked. I got a whole crooked jaw. That's why I had to get braces. It's crooked. My mouth offline. I got a whole lazy eye. That's why I wear glasses. Take them off, you can see it really well. A whole lazy eye. Somebody be like, I don't want to show up because I got a little with a big eye. That's what makes me me. It's what makes us unique. And so what I just did right there, I want y'all to see what I just did that right there. What I just did was I took a limiting belief. Oh, I got a lazy eye. I can't show up. People going to be like, oh, she look funny. But I took that and I said, that's what makes me unique. That's what makes me beautiful. And so after they write down all their limiting beliefs, next to it, they have to write a limitless belief. Because we have to have a limitless mindset in order to be able to, I knew it was going to do that. I'm going to have to start this. Every time I touch this thing, it puts a different filter on me. This is crazy. And so I make them write a limitless belief. A limitless. Limitless. Y'all get what that's saying? We're taking something that literally put a cap on us, and we are renewing our minds and we are renewing our thought process to make that thing have no caps. So when we take captive of our thoughts, which we talked about on Tuesday, I believe, about taking our thoughts captive and giving them to making them obedient to Christ. That is why Christ has to be the firm foundation, because now we're able to take our thoughts and we're able to hold them captive and make them obedient to what God says about me. To what Christ says, like they gotta obey. Now I am able to do the hard things. Now I put myself in position to get the exceedingly, and the abundantly. Now, even though I'm not getting any sales in my business, I'm still able to show up. When you have a bunch of people who saying, yeah, oh, I'm going to buy it, I'm going to support you, I'm going to help you, and then you're not seeing it, do you have the ability to continue to show up? Is the foundation there? I don't care whose business class you go to, whose business course you take. I don't care whose wife support group you join, whose mother support group you join. I don't care what it is that you join. If you don't take care of this first, all of those things aren't going to mean anything, because you still going to fumble it. You can have the whole cheat book. You can have every step, A through Z, and then the A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3 of how to put something together and still not be able to put it together because your mind is not right. Because your focus is not right. Because you have not learned how to take captive of those thoughts and make them obedient to what is true. Who is Christ? We got to get ourselves prepared mentally for where we are going. Good morning, Carol. And we spend less time preparing ourselves and more time preparing the physical thing, when the physical thing cannot happen without the being. It can't happen without you. So the same focus and energy that we research on tips and tricks on how to grow our Instagram, or tips and trick on how to go get past 200 or 300 views on TikTok, when we study what prompts to use as quickly as we go to Chat GPT, quickly as we ready to buy the next book that says get me from zero to $100,000 in 7 days. Newsflash. If you can't make $1, you can't make 100,000. If you can't make $10, you can't make 100,000. What does your mind tell you? Where is your foundation built on? Y'all know I like to always use myself for an example because I've been there, done that, right? And so I remember back in 2013, 2014, I used to call myself a soccer mom. Like, when I tell you my whole entire existence of my life were my children and my husband. And that's it. The book is also on the link on TikTok too. I gotta put the link on there. Thank you, Jasmine. I gotta put the link on there. So dang it. And all I used to say is as long as I just make $500 a week, I'm okay. I had a limited belief system. The reason why I said as long as I make $500, I'll be okay, not because I was okay with making $500. It was because I didn't think I was able to make more than that. Like, I didn't want to set myself a bar for myself because I didn't feel like I was worthy enough of hitting that bar. I didn't feel like I could do it. And so just to be safe, and what a lot of us do a lot of the times is to be safe, we set a really low bar for ourselves. Because in actuality, we don't know how to deal with rejection, or what we think is rejection, or what we think is failure. And so I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, $500, I can do that. And I set that $500 mark because that's what I was already doing. How many times do we make goals for ourselves based off of what we already doing? Because that's safe. Cool, I'm already doing that. Yeah. And then we like to feel good about it. Yup, because I did this and I did that, and I'm making my $500. And then I used to have hair, y'all. When I'm talking about I had hair, like I had hair past bra strap, like long, thick hair. And y'all see this bun right here? That's how I would wear my hair, in that bun. I wouldn't even brush the middle. Just brush up the side, put it in a bun, keep it moving. Keep it moving. And one day, something snapped. Because I used to I don't want to be successful. I don't want to be this. Because every successful person that I see become successful, they fall. They not successful long. They crash and burn. Another limited belief. I didn't think I had what it took to sustain at a certain level. Neither did I understand that success is an up and down hill. But I started to see something, because God will bring people in front of you to show you the version of who you could be. And I started to see people do things that I was doing. And quite frankly, y'all know how we are. I do that better than that. And they got this, and they're making this, and they're doing this, and all of these things are happening for them. And you start to look. Now, the enemy will try to take that and turn that into jealousy. But really, God is trying to expose you to a version of yourself that you could be, if you would change your mind. So right there, he's saying that this foundation is rocky. This girl ain't never gonna become who I need her to be because her foundation ain't it. Her mindset is off. She believes in Christ, but she don't believe in what I say about her. So then as time started going on, I started to begin to feel agitated, irritated, darn near mad. Because I realized that limited belief that I had, well, I only want to make $500 a week, and I don't want to do this, and I don't want to do that, and I don't want to be successful, and I don't want to be none of the things. I realized, begin to realize that was not true. That was a false statement that I made out of fear. That was a false belief that I made out of fear. Because I did not believe in myself, because I didn't have the capacity to think that I could be who God created me to be. And one day you're going to get sick and tired of it. You're going to get sick and tired of it, and you're going to have to do something. So I remember in I think this was like 2017 maybe, 2017. It was on a December, and I told my husband, I said, I'm tired of this, because now I know I'm living less than who I am. I'm navigating under my potential. I'm moving under my radar, and I am sick and tired of it. I know I am more than what I am producing, and I'm sick and tired of it. I know I can do more than what I'm doing, and I'm sick and tired of it. And so when you become sick and tired of it, it's time for a change. So when I had the idea, I said, okay. I told my husband, I said, I am going to be a 6-figure stylist. Now, we talk about somebody who was making $500 a week. Somebody do the math for me. 500 times 52. That's maybe like $20-something thousand, because $1,000 a week times 52 is $52,000. So that's what $26,100, something like that. That's all I was making. So I'm going from $26,100 to I'm going to make 6 figures. I'm going to make over 100,000. Now, here's the thing. Half the foundation was already built, because I knew that I could consistently make the 500, right? That was part of my foundation. And so now it was like, what do I need to do to fill the gap? Because I need to average about 2,000 a week in order to do this. What do I do to fill this gap? Now, I couldn't just say, okay, I'm about to make this and that's it. I had to build the foundation. I had to figure out what the game plan was. I had to figure out what the move was. I had to do some deep soul searching in me. And I had to change me first and my mindset. And so instead of looking at myself as a $500 a week soccer mom, I started to look at myself as a 6-figure stylist. And in looking at myself as a 6-figure stylist, it was, what do 6-figure stylists do? Number one, I had to stop showing up to work like I didn't care. The only way for me not to put my hair in a bun. Hey, Ebony, today's topic is foundation before formation. So building the foundation before we form it. So I cut it. And when I cut it, they section off the top of my hair, put it in 2 ponytails. And that was just the top. And it looked like a 16, 18-inch bundle. It was so much hair just at the top. I literally posted it on Instagram and I said, I'm selling bundles. And people were like, oh, how much is for that? And I'm like, nah, y'all, this is my hair. But I knew I had to make a transformation. I had to build that foundation. Because if I couldn't see myself as it, I was never going to be it. So I said, I need to look like someone, right, who can attract a certain caliber of client. Because as me showing up as just a soccer mom, as me showing up as less than who I was, and there is nothing wrong with soccer moms. Don't get me wrong, because I know how the internet do. She said it ain't no good being a soccer mom. I just knew that that wasn't just my story. And for all of you who are soccer moms, that is not just your story. That is not all you are. That might be what you are called to do in that particular season, but there comes a time when God is going to say, I am requiring more from you. I need you to do more. Those crafts that you put together for the kids, the schedule that you know how to create. God says, I'm requiring more from you. And so for me, being a soccer mom was my safe zone, was my safe place. Now, my kids ain't playing soccer. They never play soccer. Like 1 or 2 games and they quit. But I say soccer mom because like my whole life was just taking these kids to where they needed to go. But I realized that the energy I was putting out, that what I was doing, I was attracting a certain individual, and I was attracting people who were like how I thought. So my community that I built, they don't get their hair done on a regular basis. They get it done when they can fit it in, because they was just like me. That's who I spoke to. That's who I appealed to. And so when I said, okay, I gotta figure this thing out, because I know that's not me. That's a portion of me. That's like when I'm at home me. But there's another side of me that I need to explore. And I say that, y'all, because I don't want you to think that you got to create something that you're not. No, there's another side of you that you need to explore. I've always loved fashion. Always. But I was just always too afraid to dibble in it or to wear it because I didn't want people looking at me. I didn't want to bring any attention to me. I wanted to be able to be in a place and be transparent, be hidden. I wanted to be invisible. And so anything that brought any type of attention, I didn't want it. But that was because of limited belief system, because I didn't think that I deserved it. I didn't think I was worthy of it. I thought I was the scum of the earth. Like, that could never be me. Owned clothes but never wore them. Afraid to do it. And so we got to stop being afraid to be us. We got to stop being afraid to be 100% us. We like to allow parts of us to be seen, because those are the parts that we're comfortable with. I'm new here, just follow you, but you're talking so right. Amen. Praise God. Praise God. But it comes a time where we got to become all of us, all of who you are. In order to become all of who you are, that foundation got to be right. That foundation, which is your mindset. Hey, Malaysia, good morning. And so now that I have my mindset together and I'm like, I am her. I can be all the things. I started to think about, what is this other version of me I didn't tap into? What is this other version of me? When I'm just walking or looking on social media, what is my eye attracted to? And I realized, like, I'm a sweats and t-shirt girl. But I'm also, when I put on those clothes, I put on those clothes. I am also that girl. Like, when I get it together, it's together. I'm the one who steps out and own a room. And so I didn't have to choose which one. I could blend them. I could put them together. I was a businesswoman. My business mind is crazy. And I said, I want business clients because they are consistent. They will sit in my chair every week. I know the language of how to talk to them. I know what they need. I know the atmosphere. I know they need to be presentable. I know all of the things. And they are going to be the key to get me to my 6-figure stylist. So I started to focus on that. I started to become more confident in who I was. I started to realize that my skill is my skill, that I could go toe to toe with the best because I am a best. I need y'all to believe that you can go toe to toe with the best because you are the best. But when your foundation is off, you cannot even begin to form your whole self. That's what we get into today. When your foundation is off, which is your belief system about who you are and what you are and whose you are is off, you will not be able to form the person who you are becoming. Foundation before formation. Too often we try to become this person and we can't sustain and we don't know who this person is because the foundation is not there. You're not forming yourself. You are mimicking someone else. In order for you to become fully who you are and embody all parts of you, that foundation has to be there. That mindset has to be there. Because in order to be all of you, you got to be sure in yourself. You got to be confident in yourself. You got to love yourself. Your belief system surrounding yourself got to be A1. That's why the mindset can't be built until you are on that foundation of Christ. Then you begin to build your foundation of how you think and see yourself. Last week, we talked about, do you see this? Do you see yourself the way God sees you? That's foundational. You can't become until you can see. So the seeing is foundational. I got to become the person who can handle the operation. I can't just go from thought to operation. The operation will fall because the controller ain't in line. Because the controller is not properly trained. Because the controller doesn't have the right foundation, and you are the controller. You are the operator of your life. You are the decision maker. You are the doer. You got to understand that, y'all. I just wish that y'all would be so quick to invest in yourself. And when I say invest in yourself, I don't mean invest in yourself so you can go to the next business conference. I mean invest in yourself. Invest in your mind. Invest in your spirit. Invest in your soul. When God gave me a vision of the becoming weekend conference, all I could see was like, yeah, becoming an entrepreneur. Yeah, becoming the person you need to be for an entrepreneur. And everything was like, yeah, I'm going to teach you business strategies. I'm going to teach this. I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to show you how to do your email marketing and all of the things. And God said, no. And I said, I'm going to show you how to do your business. I'm going to show you email marketing. I'm going to give you the tactics for social media. I'm going to show you how to build your presence on social media online, how to show up. I'm going to show you all the things. And God said, no. It is the reason why I did not start fully marketing this conference until 40 days before the conference. Because God was telling me to do something and I kept saying no because I was so stuck on what I wanted to do. Sometimes God has to say, stop. I'm not going to let you go forward because you're not going to do what you want to do this time. And so as a repercussion and a consequence of my no and my disobedience, now I have a conference that I got to put together and I have a little over 30 days to do so because I didn't listen first. I allowed my yes to be a no. But guess what? I'm still doing the conference because my foundation was there. My God. About to speak in tongues right there. Thank you, Shanika, for sending me heart puffs. I appreciate it. My foundation is there. And so like I talked on last week on my live, I said I wanted to quit. But because my foundation was so strong, I did not quit. I said, we're going to do this live. We're going to do this conference. And I said, God, how am I supposed to do this? And that's when I did the whole live where he said, pick up your mat. You got to start showing up. Woo, woo, we got team member number 22. Welcome, 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 Shanika. You got to pick up your mat. He said, start showing up. You not showing up. You think this posting here and there once a day is you showing up? He said, you're not showing up in the full capacity. You're not showing up in the fullness thereof. Get back on your game, girl. It's why this makes day 7 of me being live. 4 days this week, 3 days last week. Because I got to show up. And God says, now you can show up because you got the right messaging. You know exactly who you talking to. This is how it works, y'all. This is how it works. And I like to share my moments and my transparency because it's the real, it's the truth, and it's the raw. And so often we just see all the success stories, all of the things happen. I'm prepared. I told my team last week, we had a meeting. I said, y'all, if one person shows up, if there's only one person, we are still going to have this conference because that's how sure I am in this mission that God has given me. Because the foundation is there. Even if you only got one sale in your business, do you still have the ability to keep showing up? Keep showing up, even though it's one sale. When your flesh says quit, you can't make this happen. Are you gonna quit? Because my flesh tried to tell me I can't make it happen. Because my flesh tried to compare what I had going on in this season to what everybody else got going on in their season. My flesh tried to say, you know what, by this time, you will usually have X amount of people at your conference. You will usually have this. You're not going to be able to do it. My flesh tried to pull me back to a place that I used to be when God told me I'm starting over. And so my flesh wanted to make my start over look like punishment. He wanted to compare it. Yeah, I used to have packed out conferences. Yeah, it was easy. But we talking about a new thing here. It's easy to fill the room when I'm saying I'm going to give you something. I'm going to teach you how to become a 6-figure stylist. Yes, sign me up. I'm going to teach you how to build and design a 6-figure boutique. Sign me up. I'm going to teach you how to create your own product so you can have your own product line and do 5 figures. Yeah, sign me up. I'm going to teach you how to manufacture so you can start manufacturing your own product, your own bags, your own clothes. I'm going to teach you how to do. Yes, sign me up. But as soon as I say I want to teach you and I want to help you become the person who can handle those things, that's ground zero. That's new for me. But I'm going to sit right here because it's what's needed. Because we're looking for longevity. I'm not trying to give you a fish. I'm trying to teach you how to fish. I want you to be here for a long time. I want you to have a sustainable business, a profitable business, but it does not come without you. Because the truth is the transformation isn't immediate. Yeah, when I launched my boutique, I made $12,000 in the first month. Yeah, I did it. So for me, I could launch a course that says make $12,000 in the first month. But here's the thing. Even though I made the $12,000 in the first month, it took me years of growth and development to get there. That's what the people not telling you. Years of growth and development to get there. What they're not telling you is I launched a boutique before and it was gone just as quick as I launched it. The foundation wasn't there. I said, oh, I'm going to open up a boutique. And that's exactly what I did. I just opened up a boutique and just started picking out stuff and just like, hey, y'all, I got a boutique. Buy from me, because I saw the vision in my mind. And I was like, oh, yes, everybody going to buy from me. It's going to be sold out. It's going to be whoop de whoop whoop. And it was whoop de whoop whoop. I don't even know how much I made. I don't know nothing. All I know is they had to close because it wasn't working, because I had all this stuff and it wasn't selling. Just a little bit of it was selling. And then the crazy thing is that God was showing me right there, like, here's your market. This is what they're buying. But no, I thought I had to serve everybody. Because in the hair industry, we were taught that you got to serve everybody. You don't turn anything down. You a braider, a weaveologist, you do shortcuts, you do color, you do blowouts, you do natural hair, you do twists, you do dreads, you do all of the things. And I took that same concept into the business, to my next business, all of the things. Listen to what I'm saying. I took that same concept into my next business, that I had to do all of the things. I had to serve all of the people. My mindset and my belief system carried over into the next thing. This is why I say we got to start focusing more on who we are, because you will carry that stuff from one thing to the next thing. And you keep wondering why you getting the same result. Because the foundation of the business, you, is off. Your business suck, your marriage suck, you suck as a mom, your life suck, everything sucks because your foundation is off. And I can talk about it because that was me. I say, why these things keep happening? My personal life was a direct reflection of what my life looked like in business. We got to understand that. People are like, you got to separate your personal from your business. Y'all better stop doing that. Y'all better stop listening, especially when you are Christian entrepreneurs, when you are believers. You got to stop listening to what the world says. You got to start tapping in to people who are literally helping you build businesses and foundations off of Christ, off of the principles of Christ, not just using Christ to pimp. Not just saying, oh, yes, I follow Jesus. I'm a Christian believer, because that is a market now. That is not a market. That is a calling. It ain't nothing to be played with. And we got to stop playing with the name of Jesus for it in order for $1. Y'all got to start asking God to reveal the true Christianpreneurs and Christian business coaches, the true ones. The ones who have the heart of God. Because if they have the heart of God, then they have your heart in their best interest. They don't look at you as merely as a dollar sign. They look at you as a brother or sister. They look at you as somebody who they are serving. My community we serve each other. It's an interdependent relationship. I got something that y'all need and y'all got something that I need. It's an interdependent relationship. And the people who get business right are the people who understand the servitude of what it is. Entrepreneurship is not here to glorify me. It is not here for me to sit up here and say, look at me, I have made it. I am successful. I have made all of these things. I've got all of this money. I have all of these things. All of the things. It's how well did I steward over my community? How well did I serve? Did I really give you a solution to your problem? Did I really give you medication for the pain? Not even medication for the pain. Did I heal it at the root? That is what I'm talking about. But that only comes with the foundation. Y'all are not dollar signs to me. You are assignments. This is what I gotta do. And if God told me to do it, whether I get paid or not, I gotta do it. Just as simple as that. But he will reward me for my obedience. And so I've chased the money. And I know where it got me when I chased the money. And now at first I was like, I ain't speaking about how much I made and nothing. But God was like, no, you got to speak about that, because I want people to see how I delivered you. I want people to see the deliverance. So I share what I've done. I share what I've had. And I share it because I want y'all to see the work that he has done in me. I want y'all to be able to see that God got me on ground zero, and I'm okay with that. Because I know if I was able to build this with a little bit of God and a lot of me, just imagine what would happen if I got a whole lot of God and none of me. Woo! Accidentally Saved says she accepted Jesus yesterday. My God, let me tell you something. That's a pause for the cause. Like, that is a pause for the cause. I get excited every Sunday when people come up to church and they give their lives to Christ. I literally weep. Like, because I just know the commitment you just made. I just know what it opens up for your yes. And I am super excited for you. I am so excited for you. Anytime somebody comes into the kingdom. So y'all, come on, y'all, put those claps up. Y'all, tell Accidentally Saved, congratulations. And listen, sis, we are here because this walk, when you decide to give God your yes, this yes walk ain't easy. And that's why we got to have community. And so I'm here. You got your sisters on live here. Like, you don't have to do the walk by yourself. You got a community of women who will help you with this walk. Okay, girl, get that hair done.
Can you fix it?
Fix what? Okay. Yes, God is good. Ooh, I love that. Whew. Sorry, y'all. I got a little excited. Not a little, a lot of excited. Yeah. But we got to start dealing with us. We got to start getting into rooms and getting into places that's going to deal with us. And then we can go into the other places. Now we're ready and we're prepared to take on the business knowledge. We're ready for that. Yes, ma'am. Get to your local church today. Get to your local church today. And so what y'all seeing before y'all today is a living testimony. I had it all. I had it all. But I would give it up all over again if I had to. I would give it up all over again. Because what I have here, no amount of money, no amount of fame, no amount of worldly success can ever replace what I got here. Me and my friend were talking yesterday, and we were leaving a meeting from the school yesterday evening. And she was like, we should go by such and such restaurant. And she was like, oh, wait a minute. I ain't got no money. I said, girl, I got $10 in my bag and $40-something in my cash out. And we started laughing. And yes, I am married. And yes, my husband does take care of everything. And yes, I can go get these things. But God is breaking me from some things. He is teaching me how to live a life on necessity. So I will never get into a position where my mission is compromised because I'm chasing things that I don't need. What do I do if I have a partner who isn't interested in seeking out God with me? Whew. Okay. So, I probably need to do a live on that. But I'm going to give you the short version. The best advice I ever got is you have to leave God's creation to God. Best advice. Because usually that's how relationships are. One person gets there before the next person gets there. And the thing is the person, the one who gets there first, we cannot pressure the next one to get there too, just because we're there. We got to allow them to have their own experience. And we also got to pray and ask God to give us guidance on how to approach this situation. Are y'all married? Because it'll work it will work its way out. We can't make people do things because we're ready to be on that level. When it comes to Christ, everybody has to have their own encounter and experience. And this is the one thing that Christ told me. God told me. He said he will see you. He will see me through you. So you have to allow him to see Christ through you. And it doesn't mean shoving Jesus down his throat. You better come to church. You better read your word. You better do this. You better do that. It's simply by your actions. He sees what you do. A lot of times we like to tell people what to do, but it's more impactful if we live the life that we're talking about. And so he'll notice the change in your behavior. He'll notice the change in your moods. He'll see that you are transitioning and becoming a new person. He'll see your walk. Not only him, other people who are around you will see that walk. And then they have to make the decision. Do they want the light that is on you? Or would they like to continue to live in darkness? And you got to be okay with the decision that they make. That's the hard part. You got to be okay with the decision that they make. And then you have to make the best decision for you. Now, if you marry, that's a whole different ballgame. Whole different ballgame if you marry. And guess what, y'all? That's why y'all need to get to the conference, because this is going to be topics at the conference. When I'm telling you, it's going to be like, we talking about marriage talk. We talking about wife talk. Like Friday night at the ladies' night in pajama party, like we going to have open forum and we going to talk about all of the things. But that's the short answer. But I really need, that's a whole lot. But that's the short answer for that. So is your foundation together? Ooh, amen, Miss Gomez. I love that. She prayed on it. She asked God. She fasted. She talked. And 1 year later, they got baptized together. Come on. The conference is in Columbia, South Carolina. It's in Columbia, South Carolina. September the 20th through the 22nd. I need y'all to be in the room. Like I am. If God has been pulling on you to make a shift in your life, if he's saying, I need a new you for this new thing, and you know you want to go into this next season as the whole you, and you want to be prepared and ready for what God is about to give to you, I beg you to get in the room. I am not too proud to beg. Where are you at? I am Busta B. Like you gotta, there is a sense of urgency, and the things that God is going to do in this room. 3 days. 3 days. 3 days. Greenville, yes, I did the conference in Greenville actually last year. The Avis Dion page, you're in Charleston, so y'all right up the street. Y'all are right up the street. And there are hotels that are right near We're having it at my church. My church is allowing us to have it there. Um, and the hotels are very affordable. I'm talking about under $100 because it's on the outskirts of Columbia. So very affordable. I'm in Texas. Come on out, Texas. Come on out, Texas. Yes, it's on my page. That's yes, it's on my page. If you go to the link in my bio, it's there. But I'm telling you, y'all got to be in the room. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you got to be in the room. Y'all, we at 9.6 hearts on TikTok. Let's go ahead and tap that screen, get us to 10K so we can get on up out of here. So we can get up on out of here. To Ohio, yes, if it makes sense, yes, I will come to Ohio. And if God allows me to first. I got to pray on it first. I got to stop. That's one thing I'm saying. I'm going to stop saying yes to stuff before I pray on it. Go through that again. Don't want to go through that again. But I am looking to start touring. So yes. So if any of you all would like to host me in 2025, let me know. Let me know. You got everything else ready?
Yes, Mommy. We might need to leave like kind of early because I need to get a birthday gift.
For who?
My friend at school. She just saw us like candy and like a book.
It's okay. It's actually cute. I'm not blow drying it no more. We're not putting no hold in. That's it. Then I'm not flat ironing it.
But what if poofy?
It's fine. Poofy.
No, Mommy. Okay, that one time that it was like that I got it the first time, you had me messed up. It did not look good.
It's fine. Go finish your lunch. Becoming you. I'm in the phase of becoming and dealing with a preteen. Pray for me. Y'all pray for me. Y'all pray for me. Woo, child. Yes, and I got a special place for my moms and my my moms and wives, because we got extra when it comes to becoming. You know, it's like when God gives me the thing to do, I got to understand how to do the thing, but still how to manage my home. I can't just jump all into the thing and forget about the home. The foundation got to be right. My mindset got to be right. My thought process got to be right. My belief system got to be right. And it all got to be rooted in the foundation of Christ. Oh, please do. Please do. All right, y'all. Anybody got any last comments or anything before we get off? Yep. And I will tell y'all, if y'all want to save some coins, I do have a little special going on, but Monday it's coming off and it's going back. So right now it's $147 for a 3-day conference. Yes. But it's going back up to the $247. If any of you all are interested in coaching, there is a VIP package that includes I think it's a 6-week coaching program. So it's your ticket to the conference and a 6-week coaching program along with that. Yeah, so y'all pray for Flawed Beauty 94 and her son. And Flawed Beauty, I am feeling led to tell you that yes, we are going to pray for you and your son, but this right here, what you're going through, this is how you're going to get closer to God. And so as we are praying for your son, I need you to get in your prayer closet, and that don't necessarily mean an actual closet, but get into a space so that you can start developing your prayer language with God as well, right? Because we're going to help you intercede, but you got to come into agreement with us. You got to come into agreement with us as well. Okay? All right, guys. So tomorrow we are rounding up our last day of the Shift Challenge, and we're going to talk about transformation, finally becoming who you are called to be. Transformation is the action part, the part. Oh, thank you. Love you too. Transformation is the action part. So we're going to get into the action. We've been talking about doing the thing all week. Doing it. Been talking about it. But now we're going to put the action behind it. And we are going to... All right, Joe. You asking to be blocked, sir. We are not praying for no kiss. Now go on out here with this foolishness now. I don't think you know whose live you jumped on. Because I be ready for it. And I might got time today. So. Let's see. All right, beautiful people. Well, we're going to wrap up today. I got to get baby girl to school. As always, I thank you all so very much for tuning in and joining in with me. We'll be here again tomorrow, 6:45 a.m. on all of the platforms. And if y'all got some time, prepare to hang out a little bit, because I don't got to take nobody nowhere tomorrow. So I'm gonna have some time to sit around and talk. And I think tomorrow I want to do like a Q&A session. So I'm gonna stay around a little while to kind of answer some of your questions that you may have. And I am in the process, like, I really enjoy our community. So I'm in the process of building a community for us, y'all, where we can meet in a particular setting. I know I want to do some meetups if you are close to South Carolina and Columbia. Yeah, we got to get this community built. I really have enjoyed. I look forward to showing up in the mornings to talk with you guys. Like, I really do. So y'all stay connected, stay tuned. We got a lot going on. Rachel, you better be at the conference. You better be there, girl. Matter of fact, go ahead and get your ticket today. Go ahead and get your ticket today. Working and Listening, sis. Very inspirational. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm just letting God do what He do His will. I'm allowing my yes to be my yes. We no longer turning yeses into no's. They are 100% yeses. So, all right, y'all. Y'all come on out. Once again, I thank y'all so much for tuning in. I love y'all. There is nothing that you can do about it. If you don't love me back, that's a you problem, not a me problem, because I'm going to still love you anyway. Rachel says, I'm looking forward to it. And that's the Tassie Smith says, I'm new here, but I thoroughly enjoyed the little I saw this morning. Thank you. You're welcome. And it's gonna, as soon as I get off, I repost it. So you can go back and make sure you join us tomorrow at 6:45. I know it's Friday. Some of y'all ain't got to work and y'all want to roll out that bed, but just kind of open up your eyes, turn on the live, and let it minister to your soul. All right, y'all. So love y'all, mean it. Bye.